Picture this. We're two college students that want to start a podcast. What are we going to talk about?
How about college life, relationships, and how to center God in all of that?
Sounds good to me.
Hi, I'm Xavier,
I'm Elena.
and this is the Picture This podcast.
Our very first episode.
Mhm.
How exciting.
Should be a lot of fun.
Yes. So, we attend a private Christian university in Springfield, Missouri.
Mhm.
I'm a junior and he is a freshman.
Yep. Going into my second semester.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
right after Christmas. New Year's coming up.
Yes.
So,
Good old Christmas break.
yeah. I'll tell you, I've been a couch potato. I have done nothing this break.
Yeah, and it's about a month long, so
Mhm.
really enjoying it while it lasts.
Yeah. So classes start up the 8th, so
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm not prepared. 8 a.m., 8:15 college algebra. I'm really not happy for that.
We can talk a little bit more about that later, but why don't we talk about what our idea for this podcast is, since it's our first episode ever?
Yes. So, the first thing that I really want to drive home is this is a Christian podcast.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
everything I think we're going to tie back into that.
Mhm.
What's another thing you think?
Really just getting a glimpse of what college life is like
Mhm.
for those that are in that same walk of life, or maybe you've already been through that, or you're about to. I mean, it's a really good glimpse into what that looks like, especially from our perspectives, because he's just starting out and I've been in college for 3 years, so
A little bit different.
very different perspective.
Just to have a little bit of advice every so often.
Yeah.
And then the other thing we're going to talk about is relationships,
Yes.
whether that be friendships or dating. I hope that we have some guests on sometime soon. We got a couple people in mind that can also
Yeah.
share on that. So
Yes. And if
yeah.
you want a chance to be featured on the podcast, shoot us a message because we'll make that happen.
Definitely.
Yes. So a little bit about me. I'm a education major, early childhood education specifically. And I'm wanting to be a teacher. So super fun stuff. I am also a college athlete. I play golf and I'm involved with a couple fun things. I am a commuter now, but I have lived on campus the past 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds right.
Mhm.
So get to see what it's like to be a commuter,
Mhm.
but he's living on campus. So
I am living on campus. It's something, I'll tell you that. It honestly feels a lot like my high school. I had a smaller class, but a lot of the people I know on my floor, like we get along pretty well. So it's a
good.
nice environment. So yes, I am a freshman. Um, I'm going to be a physical therapist one day. My major is called Allied Health with a focus on pre-physical therapy. So I'm not a college athlete. I did my high school sports, but
Wait, but you might be a coach one
I
day.
might be a coach one day. So I do a work study. Oh, let's open with this too. We are both photographers.
Yes.
So if you don't know us, we take photos.
Hence the name for our podcast, Picture
Picture
This.
this.
So we might bring in some stuff about photography, maybe show off some of our cameras, you know.
Yeah, got this one. Hopefully it looks good. Looking at the screen right now and should be good.
Yeah.
But so I do a work study. I take a lot of sports photos,
Mhm.
so that's what I use this camera for a lot. And you do
I focus more on like portrait photography. I do families. I have floor photos, which is groups of girls at our campus that all live on the same floor and they like to get group photos together. I do a lot of that. Senior photos, couple photos, all the things. So
yeah, and well, you've done more weddings than me, but we have done a wedding. I like to do car photos, so I'm a car guy, so
yeah.
say that.
Yes. Well, why don't we talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions because just a couple more days until New Year's Eve and I don't know,
Yeah.
have you made any resolutions?
I am kind of anti-resolution, I will admit.
Yeah.
I don't like to say something for the year. I would
Mhm.
rather, um, well, you kind of started with this, is you started a word. And so I got my word, I think, for next year, and it's stability.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means exactly, but hopefully, I'm hoping that it's stability in my grades. and
Yes,
hopefully they're
it's a
good.
good one.
And waking up on time,
Yes.
having a nice schedule. Because I will say, my very first semester was a little chaotic, and I only took 14 hours, but I was burning the candle at both ends and in the middle. And I'm taking 16 hours and possibly starting coaching. So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
Yes, well, that's another thing with your word of the year, you really can like, that's where you can make, like, a vision board, like, however you wanna do it. Last year I made, like, a physical, um, vision board, but this year I'm doing one off, like, Canva. And that's really nice because you can just pull photos from your camera roll from Pinterest and type out your goals. I really like doing it that way.
Mhm.
But yeah, I have definitely been the person to make very ambitious New Year's resolutions, and I fall through on every one of them. And it's because just I go full in. I'm like, I'm gonna do all these things. I'm gonna work out every day. I'm gonna
Mhm.
read a book every day, like that kind of thing, like huge, huge things. But my thing is like make it short, make it simple, and I feel like you're more likely to stick with that.
Mhm.
So,
I would agree with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, one of mine is, working through a devotional every night, also just working in, like I said, like, read 2 books in a month, like, every
Oh,
month, read 2 books, like, that's
that's
simple.
doable. Yeah.
And then I also said, like, just drink more water, like, it doesn't say how much, just more,
More water.
and less screen time, like, just stuff like that,
Oh,
just
I need
very
less
simple.
less screen time.
Yeah.
I'm an iPad kid, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, but just making it simple, knowing if you really, like, think about, "Okay, I know myself, so I need to make really simple, realistic goals." I feel like you're more likely to follow through on those. But, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so next thing that I want to talk about is why we chose our majors. So, like I said, physical therapist and professional teacher, both PTs in a way.
Yeah, oh, am I going first? So I don't know, it's kind of interesting. When I was little, like, I was always the girl that wanted to, like, play teacher with her friends. Like, I would make, like, whole, like, worksheets. I'd buy, like, the little books from Walmart that have, like, the practice math whatever in it, and, I mean, I just loved to play teacher. I another thing I would do is I'd get, like, a little whiteboard, and I'd, like, write my class on it, and I'd give them, like, tally marks for behavior and stuff like that, just, like, little stuff like that. Um, but it wasn't until, like, high school that I really was like, "Okay, I think this is really what I wanna do," and I went to a really great school. I was able to, take some classes that went along with that, and I got a little bit of experience doing that, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the reason I want to do physical therapy is one, it pays well, and
Mhm.
I feel like that's part of it. I feel like it's any job, but the real reason is I want to keep people moving. And anytime anybody asks me, like I say, I want to keep people moving.
Yeah.
I think it's like a really big gift that God has given us. I will always tie in. My dad's a mechanic, and he keeps cars going, so I want to keep people going
Yeah.
to the best of their ability, whether that's, someone that's older and just wants to keep going outside, and if that's just walking, that's what it is, or if it's athlete, then
Mhm. Yeah,
do the best they can in their sport, just anything
absolutely.
like that.
Yeah.
So, I did have one question lined up for this kind of segment.
Uh,
Have you ever had, and this is more directed at you, have you ever had any doubts when it comes to your major or what you want
oh
to do?
goodness, yes. Absolutely. Well, I just became a substitute teacher, a couple months ago,
Mhm.
and with that, it is challenging because you're walking into a totally new classroom every time you do it, and totally new group of kids, they don't know who you are, it's total chaos, and that can be a little discouraging, especially, you're not their teacher, and so they're gonna treat you very differently, which is unfortunate. But that has made me doubt if I am capable to be a teacher. But then I also have really great moments in my practicums when I do teach a lesson. I'm like, wow, that went great.
Mhm.
Like it's really a rewarding thing, but it's definitely changes day to day. It can be a struggle at some points, but I have had doubts and I will continue to have doubts until I'm really there. But
And I will say, like, I get those doubts,
Mhm.
but working with kids, she is fantastic at it. And
So
I will say I am pretty good. I like to think at least. I did an extended care at my high school, or did work with like
Mhm.
kindergarten through like fourth graders. And I
Yeah.
was good at it. But man, I got so burnt out. Like I just did it in the mornings, and people would do it in the
Yes.
afternoons too with, like 50 kids.
Mhm.
And I don't know how. Like my fuse doesn't not like it doesn't go that long.
Yeah. I also had a very similar job in high school, and the thing with that is you don't get to do, like, that teaching part of it. It's
Mhm.
really just, like, making sure they're behaving
Yeah,
and really just
killing each other.
yeah, you have to yell at them every other minute. It's
Yeah,
pretty tough.
yeah, but it is fun, and I got a little bit of that reward because like
Yeah.
you see the kids in the halls and like they're like, oh hey look, and
Yes.
I love the kids. They
Yeah.
have fun.
I would say my favorite thing is when I get little notes from
Oh yeah,
my students and, oh, it just makes my day. I
Christmas
love
time
it.
was the best. I got little trinkets and like I got a packet of donuts one day and it was like made like a reindeer, little crafts.
Aw,
Yeah, but
sweet.
um, okay. So reflecting that question back on me, I know that a lot of people in PT have a ton of doubts, and everybody I've talked to at my school always goes to the advisor because I hear he's a really great guy, and like I know he is, but I just know that some of those higher level classes can get like really beat down on you,
Yeah.
and I know like physics and stuff from high school, I know it's going to be rough when I get up to college level. So I know I'm gonna have those doubts. I've had, little thoughts planted in my mind, like just little bits of worry, but I do know like this is what I'm called to do.
Yeah.
And I know in the end it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, and that's a lot. Um, like what we're going to be talking about on this podcast is just
Hmm.
um our callings and how God is using us in this season of our lives to get us to our futures, right?
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Big thing.
yeah, for sure. I also wanted to mention that at the beginning of every show, we're going to have a picture this moment,
Hmm.
and it's where we're going to ask some sort of question, like some sort of scenario, and we got to come up with an answer for it.
Hmm. And if we have a guest, they
We will
they
be asking them.
they need to come up with a good answer.
Yeah, so, like, for example, like, picture this, you're stranded on a desert island, and
Hmm.
what 3 things are you gonna bring with you? Just
Just
something
something like that. It doesn't
something
have to
like
be
that,
that,
yeah.
but yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
I'm excited for that. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Mhm.
So we talked about our guests. A lot of them will be in college. A lot of them, same area as us.
Yes, yeah.
I do want to go back because this popped into my mind and I didn't ask you. What are some classes you have next semester that you're either really looking forward to or you're really not looking forward to?
Okay, so every semester I have a practicum, and this next semester it's going to be challenging but rewarding. I'm going to be in a special education practicum, and I don't have a lot of experience in that, so I think it's going to be really good. I am really looking forward to that. As well, I'm also taking a Pentecost class,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's like my last Bible requirement, and I don't know how it's gonna go, so we'll see. But those are just the 2 that I can think of off the
Mhm.
top of my head. But how about you?
So I did mention college algebra is one I'm really,
Yeah.
really not looking forward to. And it's not that I don't like it. Okay, I will say I feel like people are either like geometry or they like algebra. And I am big on geometry and I don't like algebra. I'm not too worried about this class. It's just the fact that it's at 8:15 in the morning and I'm going to be getting up and I'm going to,
Yeah,
what are the
it's rough.
numbers? I did get a notebook and a calculator for Christmas that I'm gonna be utilizing a
Mm.
lot.
But what's special about your notebook? Tell them what's so
Oh,
special about it.
I thanks to one of my teachers a couple of years back, she gave me this notebook that is half graph paper and half notebook, like composition paper. So you can do like the geometry, like triangles
Mhm.
and calculate all of that on the graph paper, and then you write your notes at the bottom. And I have kept one ever since she gave me that one.
Yeah, that's really nice. I
But
think everyone needs one of those.
it comes in handy, like more than you would think. The other thing is sticky notes, those transparent sticky notes,
I love
those are a lifesaver. Also, to get to know Atlanta better, you need to know that this girl is like super organized and has
Damn.
all of her notes like color coordinated, post-itted, like everything is in order. And I strive to be like that. And this
Oh,
semester,
goodness.
I've been a lot better. I My locker, I'll tell you what, it was like just I threw everything in it. And now like everything in my backpack is like organized. I have like what I do and for my major we have to like study bones and stuff and know the
Mhm.
muscle insertion, innervation, origin, what it does. And so I would color code all of those in highlighters thanks to her. So thank you.
Well, I will say I also got a pretty neat Christmas present. I got a label maker that
Oh
connects
yeah.
to your phone. You download an app and you can customize the labels in the app.
Hmm.
And I am obsessed with it. My closet now has labels all over it.
Yeah.
It's
She gave me
amazing.
one for my computer, so now it says Xavier's
Yes,
computer.
Xavier's computer, and it has a little car on it too.
Yeah, thanks. So oh yes, so that's the class I'm dreading was algebra. One I am excited for. Hmm, that I'll say the thing I'm most excited for is my work study, which it's not a
No,
class,
it's not.
but I did enjoy it last semester. I had a ton of fun.
Mm,
So it's not just taking pictures. I say that I take pictures because that's what I do most of the time.
yeah.
But like our football team, I went and took video there.
Mhm.
He was gonna have me stat keep one day, but it got rained out. So stat keeping is a big one. I got to
Yeah.
keep clock. One time, and or actually two times, this was a lot of fun. We had the shoulder mount cameras that you see on like the TV broadcasts. I got to run one of those, and they ran it to like the jumbotron type screens that we have, and we were doing like the you see the spectators, and they like flex cam stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I really enjoy doing that.
Yeah,
So I
that's
think I
fair.
think next semester will be even more fun.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yes. We talked a little bit about Christmas. Let's share what our favorite gift that we got each other was. So I'll go first.
Okay.
So Xavier has the palate of a 4-year-old. He is a very picky eater.
6 year old.
Okay. So I got him dino nugget shaped pillows. And oh, they're so cute. I was like, oh, you could put these on your dorm couch or on
Yeah.
your bed.
Just little decorative pillows. They're not
Yes,
they're not
they were
real big,
so
but they're
cute.
really cute.
And okay, they got us tickets to go
Oh yeah.
see Randy Travis, but I spoiled it when I got them back in
Day
October
of
because I can't keep a secret for that long.
Can I
And
tell the
I was
story?
just so excited. Yeah, you can.
Okay. So I love old country music.
Yes, me
That's
too.
we both do.
Me too.
And you can I'll my favorite gift you can talk about that. But we were listening to Randy Travis, and he, I thought that he had passed. He had this stroke a while back, and they were giving him, gave him like a 1% chance to live. And so now he has some like voice stuff, but he's doing better. He's still alive in the end.
Yes, he is still
I
alive.
didn't know that. And so we found out one night, and I dropped her off back at her dorm, and then I picked her up that night later, and I hit, shuffle on Spotify, and a Randy Travis song played, and she just starts giggling. And I'm like, what's up? Huh? And so I said, Did you get tickets? She's like,
No.
what?
What are you talking
No.
about?
And I'm like, she's like, to who? And I'm like, you know who? And she goes, no. I'm like, are you sure you didn't get Randy Travis tickets? And she goes, maybe. Turns out he plays in
Branson,
Branson, which
good old
is
Branson, Missouri.
yeah, about 50 minutes
Everyone
south of
knows what
here.
Branson is. It's
Branson,
the vacation destination.
yes.
Yeah, but he so
It's sorry, can I yeah, he plays the month of my birthday,
yeah.
and I got a notification that he played, and then that's why I asked her, but
Mhm. Yeah, but Randy's not like he's not full like singing all the
mhm,
time. So it's actually a band, the band that he used to play with that's going to be playing, and there's going to be like a tribute singer, but he will be on stage, and I think he sings like a little part of Forever and Ever Amen, which is our song.
yeah, we've decided it's our song.
Cheesy, but it is. So that will be really fun. But
So, can I talk about my favorite gift for you? My favorite gift I got Elena was she collects vinyls, and so I got her 2 vinyls, which is a Phil Wickham and a Randy Travis vinyl, and so why don't you tell them about your collection?
okay, I have quite the collection. It is a collection.
Mm.
My mom collected vinyls when I was little, and I got interested when I got a little bit older. I got my first suitcase record player, and now I have my very own collection. I got a lot of my grandma's collection too, and she has like the Beatles, the Beach Boys, like
All the
I
good stuff.
I love it. So yeah, I'm a big like fan of old music, so I have a lot of that.
Mhm. So I am a fan of old music too, and while Elena collects vinyls, and I've given her quite a few vinyls,
Mhm.
I collect CDs. So I have cases upon cases of CDs. I listen to more 80s, like big
Yeah.
hair band rock stuff than she does. But we both listen to country, so
Yeah.
shout out Randy Travis again.
Yes, yes. Uh,
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up soon, but I wanted to talk a tiny bit about our relationship and then we'll close. So I realized that we hadn't said this until now, so I thought we should.
to
We
clarify,
Yes,
we are not brother and sister. We
we
are
look
not. We have literally had people tell us, like, or ask us, "Are you guys twins?" No.
yeah, so okay, another little side story. When we went to Branson one day at Silver Dollar City, shout out Silver Dollar City. Um
We
and
went to go see the Steel Drivers.
yeah, another band. That's bluegrass.
Oh, so
And
good.
so we were waiting in line, and it was a long line. And I was just sitting down, and Elena was standing up.
And I made
And
a friend.
so she made this older lady that she became friends with, and I was sitting next to her. And so I got up and just put my arm around her like this. And she goes, "Oh, that answers my question." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" Or like we were confused. And she goes, "I didn't know if you two were dating or if you were related." So although appearances may fool you, and we do look similar, we have been dating for a year
Yeah.
and 3 months.
Yes, and we'll have an episode where we talk a little bit how we
Yes.
met.
Yes. That is a future. We'll explain all of that.
Yes.
Maybe with some of those guests too.
Yes, I
That
will
could be
say
fun.
that relationships are going to be a really big topic of this
Hmm.
podcast. Whether you are single or you are in a relationship, this place is for you. If you are single, this place is for you. We have
Yes.
walked through that season of our lives. We have walked through heartbreak. We have been through everything, and we are going to talk about all of that here.
Yeah.
So
It's a great
please
thing.
stay tuned
Yes.
for future episodes where we will be talking about that. And I'm so excited.
Mhm.
And I also just want to talk a little bit too about our relationship with God. We really work to put Christ at the center of our relationship. We're not perfect, we are humans, but
We're not
this is
perfect.
also a safe place for us to
Yes.
also talk about the challenges, but also the joys that come with being in a Christ-centered relationship. And also being at a Christian college is another big thing.
Mhm.
I know some people can be kind of skeptical about that, but it's honestly, it's
It
really
doesn't mean
great.
if you don't go to a Christian school, it doesn't mean this isn't for you
No,
at all.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
But also if people are wondering what's it like, we are also
We're here for you.
yeah.
I
Yes.
will also say I am big into like some theology stuff. Like I like to learn
Mhm.
about the Bible. I like to
Yeah.
learn like what it means, backstories, who the people
And
are.
yes, and we will definitely have episodes about that too.
And I will also say if I ever learn some little like fun fact or anything, y'all are gonna be hearing it because I love to share that stuff.
Yes. So, but this is our first episode. Hopefully, in the future, they'll be a little bit more organized. But this is just kind of get to know us, hear about our lives, and what our
Should be
plans are for
smoother in the
this.
future. I'll say that. There are a
Yes.
couple little, but it's okay. Every other
Yes.
episode will be better.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes, thank
And
you.
we'll see you on the next episode of the Picture This
Podcast.
podcast.